Students, today's lecture is based on Introduction to Network Layer. This is the third chapter of Module 3. In this session, I will be discussing on different services provided by the network layer. Network layer is the third layer of TCP/IP protocol suite, and it is mainly responsible for host to host delivery of packets or datagrams. Network layer receives the services from data link layer and it provides the services to the upper layer or the transport layer. Figure shows an example of communication between two hosts, that is Alice and Bob. So Alice and Bob, or source and destination, are connected by different networks, and routers are mainly responsible to connect different networks. So router is a connecting device used to connect different networks. We can see LAN and WAN are connected through router, and such type of networks is called as inter-network. So at the source side, the network layer will receive the data from transport layer, encapsulate it by adding an header and additional informations that is required at the network layer of destination. Once encapsulation is done, it is sent to the data link layer and transferred it to the destination side. So in the destination side, the network layer will decapsulate the packets, remove the header and the additional information that was added at the source side and transfer it to the transport layer. The first service of network layer is packetizing, which means the network layer at the source side will encapsulate the data that is received from the upper layer protocols, and at the destination side the network layer will decapsulate it and send it to the upper layer protocols. Encapsulation means the network layer will add an header and additional information that is required by the network layer at the destination side. At the destination side, the network layer will receive the data, decapsulate the header and additional information and deliver it to the upper layer protocols. The network layer or the source cannot modify the data which is sent by the upper layer protocols. It can only fragment the given data to segments if the data is too large to deliver. The routers in the path are not allowed to decapsulate the packets they receive unless they want to fragment the given packets. At the destination side, it is the responsibility of a network layer to wait for all the fragments, reassemble it and deliver a complete data to the upper layer protocols. the routers are not allowed to change the source address or the destination address. Now, if the packet is fragmented, then header is added or need to be copied to all the fragments. The next service is routing and forwarding. These services are directly related to each other. So let us first see what is routing. Network layer is responsible for routing the packet from its source to the destination. So we have seen in that example of communication where there are many networks and many routers are present or connected between the source and destination. So it is the responsibility of the network layer to find for routing the packet from source to destination and also find the best path or the best one best router to provide a path between source and destination. So the best path can be decided based on running some routing protocols which will help the routers to come up with consistent table to be used when a packet arrives. The tables will be nothing but decision making tables which will help the routers to take a decision to which path is the best path between the source and destination. Forwarding is the action applied by each router when a packet arrives at one of its interface. So whenever a packet is received at a router, it has to forward it to the next network which is called unicast, or it can transfer it to many networks which will be multicast. So forwarding action is based on the decision making table where the router will forward, based on which the router will forward the packet, and this decision making table can be also called as forwarding table or routing table. To make this decision or to decide to which network the router will forward the packet will be based on the destination address or a label to find the corresponding output interface number in the forwarding table. Now we can see in this figure a data is sent to destination B, forwarding value. Now this is nothing but our destination address. So B is the destination address and it will be sent to output interference 2. So in a router there will be different path interference number, say 2, 3 and 4. But the router will take a decision based on the forwarding table, and from the forwarding table the output interference number is 2. That means the data is sent or can be obtained at interference number 2. So the data is sent to out from the obtained at interference 2. The other services provided by network layer are error control. Now, error control is nothing but checking and detection of error. But in network layer, if a packet is fragmented at each router, then error checking at each router becomes difficult. So error checking in network layer is inefficient. For this purpose, so designers of network layer have added a checksum field only at the header and not at the complete data. So whenever there is an error, or this checksum prevent any changes or corruptions in the header of the datagram. Also, network layer will not provide the error control service directly. Internet uses, or the TCP/IP, or the network uses auxiliary protocol ICMP to provide some kind of error control if the datagram or packet is discarded or has some unknown information in the header. The another service is flow control, which regulates the amount of data a sender can send without overwhelming the receiver. Now, if the sender side produces data faster than the receiver, then the receiver will overwhelm. In such cases, to control the flow of data, the receiver needs to send some feedback to the source saying that to stop sending the packets or send it slowly. But network layer does not directly provide any flow control. The network layer will keep sending the frames if receiver is ready or not. The reasons for lack of flow control in network layer are as follows. Network layer does not provide error control, so there is no error control in this layer, so receiver will not be overwhelmed. The upper layers can implement buffers which are using the services of network layer. That means even though the network layer is sending the data faster, since there are buffers in the upper layer protocol, it will be stored in the buffer so that the receivers of upper layer protocol will not be overwhelmed. Also, the flow control is provided in most of upper layer protocols that uses the service of network layer. So again, implementing flow control in network layer complicates the whole system and makes it less efficient. Congestion occurs if there are too many datagrams present in a network or router which exceeds the capacity of a network or routers. In such cases, routers or networks may drop some of the datagrams. It will be a problem as upper layer protocols use error control services. Dropping too many of datagrams will result in error, and the sender will keep sending the duplicate packets. If the congestion continues, then the entire system will collapse and no datagrams are delivered. Quality of service is another service provided by network layer where now internet started using new applications such as multimedia communication, and quality of service of communication has become very important. So internet is trying to provide better quality of service to support these applications, but this has not been implemented in network layer but in upper layer protocols. Security is one more service. Initially, internet was not used by many of the peoples, and only few people were using internet, so there was no provision. Network layer was designed with no security provision, but as now many people are using internet, so there is a need of security. In such cases, to provide security for a connectionless network, we need to have another virtual level or virtual layer that changes connectionless service to connection oriented service. So this is all about the services provided by the network layer. Thank you.